Should you guys fuse Verminlord or aka RatKing or save your resources for another fusion? Stay tuned and find out all the facts that you will need to know. What's up guys, this is Resurrected Mods back at you today with another Raid Shadow Legend video. Today we're going to be talking about whether or not you should fuse RatKing or Verminlord, or if you should save your resources. Side note, just real quick, I am using my headset. I notice in a lot of my videos the sound quality just isn't there. I don't have a microphone yet, so I figured I'd slap on my headset and see if you guys like this better, or let me know in the comments below if you like the sound quality better, or if you would rather me just get rid of the headset and just use my computer. But yeah, so let's jump into it. So first of all, always amazing on the graphics. He's not in the game yet, so I can't show you in the game as I don't have access to the test server, which is why I'm pushing for 1,000 subscribers. But yeah, amazing graphics. They always do a great job at that. Anybody that plays Raid knows that the graphics are top notch. They're always doing a good job. Let's start with his A1. Attacks 3 times at random. Each hit has a 40% chance of placing a bomb, 50% chance when booked. For 2 turns, bombs placed by this skill on enemies max HP who is equal to or higher than 200,000 or will deal double damage. Man, I am having another day that I cannot speak. I am exhausted from work. A2 attacks all enemies, has 75% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack. Also has a 75% chance of decreasing the detonation countdown of all bomb debuffs by 1 turn and increasing the duration of all poison debuffs by 1 turn. 100% chance when booked on a 3-turn cooldown. And A3 attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing 2 bomb debuffs on each target for 2 turns, and then grants an extra turn. Debuff placed by this skill on enemies whose max HP is equal to or higher than 200,000 will deal double damage. On a 4-turn cooldown, grants an extra turn, so really it's on a 3-turn cooldown. Yes, so on a 3-turn cooldown. Sorry, I was reading the A2, making sure I didn't get the skills mixed up. 100% chance, basically on a 3-turn cooldown with the grant an extra turn. And then his passive, every time a bomb is placed by this champion, detonate or is removed, places 2 5% poison debuffs for 2 turns. These debuffs are protected. Overall, a very unique skill kit. Can definitely solo dungeons, as I will show you guys here in a minute. Just a little quick note, just so you know, his A3 bombs scale higher than his A1 bombs. So if you use him on a clan boss and you're trying to do damage based off of bomb, just realize both of these skills are going to do different damage. I don't know why they would do that. Me personally, I would just make both of the skills scale the same way. But yeah, they didn't do it that way. So just a little heads up. His A1 does less damage on bombs than his A3. But let me go over here to YouTube. If you just Google his or YouTube his name, search his name in YouTube, you'll see that he can solo 25 dungeons, except for Ice Golem. Ice Golem, he does need somebody to help him power through the second wave. He can beat Bomb on 90 on hard, and he can one key Ultra Nightmare. Um, just so you know, when I watch this video, as you know, Murder Inc. has a crazy amount of gear. He's got like 7,000 attack on this guy, and he barely one keys Ultra Nightmare. So if you can't get near the stats that Murder Inc. gets, I would not recommend building him over somebody like Fane, who's going to bring more to your team than just this bomb guy. But he can one key Ultra Nightmare. Yeah, I mean, he's overall a good champion. So you probably like, get to the point. Should I fuse him or should I not fuse him? It all boils down to your account. On my account, I've already got somebody that can solo stage 25 dungeons. I don't even use my solo champion. I actually use a speed farm champion. I've already got a Bomber team set up, and my Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare Clayboss team is the Myth Fu comp, and he is not going to outdamage Draco for me, Dracomorph. So I personally have no use for him. Faction Wars is done. He could be cool in Faction Wars, but I don't need him. And this is a traditional fusion. Just so you guys know, this will be a traditional fusion where you will have to take a bunch of rares, level them up, ascend them, fuse them for an epic, take their epics, level them up, ascend them, and fuse them for him. It takes a lot of time and resources to do these types of fusions, and not really worth it for my account. But for your account, if you don't have a good damage dealer for Clan Boss, he's good. If you don't have a good dungeons team, he can slide just in about any dungeon team and help you out. Even on Fire Knight, because his A1 is a triple hitter, um, he does really good damage on Dragon, and he does good on Ice Golem, and all the other dungeons. Any other dungeon, let's just go into the game real quick. Any of these dungeons, he does great on. Minotaur, he can solo. Um, I don't know about Sand Devils. I have not tested him out as I don't have him, and I haven't researched him enough to see what he can do on this boss. But overall, every dungeon he can fit in if you don't have a great team set up yet. If you have a team that can farm Dragon in less than 2 minutes, he's not really going to help you out much. Fire Knight, same thing. If you have a good Fire Knight team, you're probably not going to put him in. Ice Golem, all these things, if you've already got a good team set up, he's probably not going to help you. If you're stuck on Faction Wars, which I know, let's go over to the index and let's look at Skinwalkers. Skinwalkers does not have very good damage, especially epics. So if you don't have any damage dealers for Skinwalkers, he could be good. I don't know that I would fuse him just for Faction Wars, but if you think he would be a good fit for your account, go for it. It all boils down to what your account is and what you think you would need. I would never tell somebody to fuse a champion or not to fuse a champion. I could recommend stuff and give you the facts and tell you, okay, yeah, he's good on these teams, he's not good on these teams. He's going to get outdated or outdamaged by a epic. And this is not the case. I mean, if you're a beginner or mid-game account and you're struggling to progress in dungeon, he can definitely help you out. If you're struggling to get damage on clan boss, he can definitely help you out. You would definitely have to build a team around him, probably an unkillable team. I don't know that he would be a great fit in a normal clan boss team. But other than that, I mean, he will do a decent amount of damage. Um, yeah, so I don't know that I would recommend him to a lot of people, um, but definitely take into account where you are at in the game and really think about, okay, I am going to invest all of these resources that I have to get him. What value is he going to bring my account? Um, and I say this from a free to play standpoint. I say this as a person who knows the grind and doesn't have a lot of time. Um, if you have a lot of time and you have a lot of resources, I tell people generally, if you have the time and you have the resources and it's not going to be a big hassle in your life, then yeah, go for it, right? He's a legendary. At least you'll have him. They might buff him in the future. He might be a crazy champion. And he's not bad. He's not a bad champion. He can solo dungeons. He can do clan boss. I just think he gets outshined in a lot of ways. But yeah, he's not horrible. So if you do have the time and it's not going to be a hassle and you're not going to completely drain your resources, he's not a bad champion to have. And like I said, maybe they'll buff him in the future. But for me, because I work a full-time job as a superintendent, I don't necessarily have the time to waste on a fusion that, for me, he's just going to end up in here. Or actually, he's going to end up in here because I'm not even going to gear him. He's not going to bring any value to my account, so he's going to come right into the reserve vault. So I'm not going to spend my time and resources, mainly just my time. I have plenty of resources. I'm not going to spend my time to get a champion just to put him in the reserve vault. If I had free time and I had the resources that I have, I would probably go for him. But for my lifestyle and what I do, it's not going to be worth it for me. It's not going to be worth the hassle of going in and getting a champion just to put him in the reserve vote. Um, but yeah, I hope this helped you guys understand what he's good at, what he can do. I really wish I could show you guys gameplay, um, but unfortunately, I do not have access to the test server. But like I said, if you go on YouTube, just search his name, you can see he can solo. He can solo dungeons. He can do Bommel. He can do clan boss. So just kind of do your own research and see where he's at with all this, and see maybe if you have champions that are gonna outshine him. And if you do, um, like I said, I would just definitely take into account where you are at and make the smartest decision for your account. Don't let anybody tell you you must get this champion or don't get this champion. Definitely use your own thinking and see where you're at and go from there. After all, this is your account. Nobody else is playing your account. This is what makes you happy. Um, and that's the other thing. Even if it's a crappy champion, but you really want him, go for him. Don't let a YouTuber or somebody that you know tell you not to go after him. If you really want him, you go get him. This is your account. But yeah, I will see you guys on the next one, and I hope you guys have a great day.
Close your eyes.